We all know that today's dating market is more difficult than ever before. Girls are no longer interested in long-term relationships, and if so, they are very picky about the partner. They also don't want to be in a boring relationship constantly working and having no fun. Girls are all about drama and enjoyment, but if you want to have a long-term relationship, you can't just do those things. That is why today we are going to talk about how Sigma males attract females and makes them chase after him. Number 1. Keep the lead open. If there's one thing guys do to kill a woman's interest in them, it's to waste their lead by prematurely celebrating the win. Here's what we mean. Say a guy and a girl are chatting, she's laughing and smiling, and he's beginning to think what he's doing is working. But instead of building on the nice progress he had going, he gets excited and stops doing the one thing that the girl was enjoying. The moral of the story? Don't punch out before the work is done. That's one way on how to make her chase you. Number 2. Put her in the friend zone. Think guys are the only ones that have to suffer in the depths of the friend zone? Think again. Because just like the friend zone drives guys to become a little bit needy, it also does the same thing to girls. But here's a question for you. If you actually found yourself in a position to friend zone a girl, would you? If you're like most guys, you wouldn't take the risk of losing a girl who's into you. But if being chased is really what you want, you're going to figure out a way to make a girl wonder if you're more than just a friend. Number 3. Warm up her social circle. One thing that definitely makes a girl hold back on how much she goes after a guy is how her friends see him. That's because a girl's friends are essentially an extension of her. Which means that if a guy is good for a girl, he must also be good for the group. Now, of course, there are plenty of women out there who will break from their social circles, but in many cases, it's pretty much a rule of nature. If you want a girl to feel like she's even allowed to chase you, you're going to have to warm up to her group of friends first. Number 4. Leave if you have to leave. Because at the end of the day, you can't really be chased if you don't ever go, right? But really, to women, there's two kinds of guys in this world, the ones who have always got to go, and the ones who can always stay. And it's the guys who can't always stick around that really get a woman's attention. Number 5. Here's a little secret on how to make her chase you. Women actually love not being the center of your universe, but only if what they're vying for your attention with has to do with your goals. Meaning, girls find productivity to be incredibly, chaseably attractive. So if you're a busy guy, here's a way to get a woman to chase you. In a nice way, tell her she distracts you. Not only will she not be able to ignore the fact that you got things going on that aren't her, but saying you can't ignore her when she's around can be an amazing compliment. Just be careful how you say it. Number 6. Contrast your attention. If you aren't able to hang out with her because you're so busy, make sure the time you do get to spend with her is something that really counts. Ask questions, listen, and don't constantly check your phone. In other words, go all in and show her an amazing time when you're with her. The reason this works has to do with the contrast in your attention. By going from limited attention to full attention, you get to surprise her with a side of you she doesn't get to see enough of. Number 7. Dare to disagree. Just one piece of advice before you run off with this one. Don't disagree with every little thing a woman says just to disagree, because chances are that's not going to go anywhere. But the truth is this: if you really want women to chase you, you're going to have to do what a lot of guys won't, and show them you have funny, smart, semi-original thoughts of your own. The reason for this is simple. Any girl can find a pushover, yes man type who will agree with anything she says. Those types of guys, though perfectly nice, are a dime a dozen. On the other hand, the guy who doesn't just automatically nod and smile at everything is not only infinitely more interesting, but also way more rare than the guy who is too nervous to state his real opinion. Number 8. Keep the conversational tension. What is probably good news for some of the low-key guys out there is that one of the easiest ways to be an attractive, chase-worthy guy is to lean more towards saying less than you really have to. Here's how it works. If you let the girl do most of the talking while you do a little bit less, it can sometimes create an intriguing level of tension between the two of you. And in doing that, It doesn't just pique her interest, it creates a little game where your job is to keep the conversational tension and it's hers to release it. Number 9. Use the touch. Here's the thing about touching women, surprise. Most guys have no idea how to do it. Which is too bad, because knowing how to touch a woman the right way may be the most important part of getting a woman to become feverishly, unstoppably attracted to you. Why? Because not only do women actually really like being touched the right way, but because a guy who can show restraint through his touch is hard to come by. Number 10. Don't play games. Want to know why girls chase some guys? Because those guys aren't just playing hard to get. They actually are hard to get. Which means the number one thing you can do to guarantee you'll always be chasing women is to be desperate. Now, most likely, you don't do this on purpose. And of course, you can actually live without getting a girl's number. But if women sense that you're just another desperate guy trying to score, well, not only are they not going to want you, they're probably going to turn around and run from you too. Now you know how to make women chase you, or at least be more interested in you. If you want to know more about self-improvement and being more masculine, check out my website through the link down below. You can get exclusive content and even personal help from me myself. Till next time, brothers.